Hey fellow explorers, we're spending 48 hours in Santa Cruz. This is a really neat beach town near the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm joined by my daughter, the Curious Princess. We're gonna show you 2 days of some of the best family-friendly stuff to do here. Oh, and their motto in Santa Cruz is to keep it weird, so we're gonna check out all the weird things that we find along the way. Ready to see some weirdness, Princess? All right, let's go. In this episode, we're gonna explore what this California coastal gem has to offer, from the exciting thrill rides at the iconic Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk to a relaxing steam train ride through the majestic Redwoods. We're here with our 5-year-old daughter, so we're also gonna get up close and personal to the Redwoods with some easy hikes. We're gonna cruise down Cliff Drive, catch a glimpse of the big waves, indulge in some delicious pizza, and give you the inside scoop on where to stay and eat some ice cream. Scoop, get it? Scoop. All right. We'll visit the mind-bending mystery spot, the colorful Capitola by the sea, and a truly unforgettable dining experience at Shadowbrook, where getting to the restaurant is part of the experience as you get to ride a funicular down to the restaurant. Now, if that's all too fancy, we've also got some bargain eats lined up for you too. On our way back to the airport in San Jose, we're gonna have some of my favorite dim sum in all of the USA and discover a unique salt pond. All right, let's get on with the ultimate Santa Cruz adventure. All right, so we started our first morning, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. exploring downtown Santa Cruz. This is a really neat walkable neighborhood, lots of restaurants and shops here. I will point out it doesn't really get going until about 11 or noon when most of the shops open, but at 10 there were a number of street vendors that were starting to set up. The Curious Princess, she got a dinosaur from a vendor that was selling tie-dye shirts. No extra money, no begging to go with it, just a really cool dude wearing a tie-dye shirt that gave the princess a fun dinosaur. We got some coffee and some chai from Cat and Cloud in the Abbott Market. Neat little food hall that had a really weird sushi restaurant out in front. It was in this like 1882 building. It's like just the whole setup of the 1882 brick building and the sushi restaurant. Interesting composition. And then for brunch, we came to Mad Yolks, which specializes in Japanese-inspired egg sandwiches. This is their chicken sandwich, which has chicken and egg. This is their Angus breakfast sandwich, which has a like hamburger patty. Each one of these is about $13. We also got the dirty tater tots. These are tater tots with Japanese curry and egg and furikake on top, and a drink to wash it all down. Some passion fruit iced tea, about $5 for this. Note, in Santa Cruz, they'll charge you disposable cup tax, 25 cents extra for your disposable cup tax. And if you're parking down here, none of the meters take credit cards. They only take quarters, but there is an app that you can get to like pay by credit cards. Oh, if you're coming to Mad Yolk, get here early because now at almost 11 o'clock, line's out the door. But if for some reason you can't use the app, they do have change machines out in the street. Look for these. They'll take your 1, 5, 10, or 20 and give you back a bunch of quarters. But you will need a lot of quarters because it's at least $2 per hour to park here. All right, so now that we've devoured most of the sandwich and just have one piece of chicken left, really quite delicious. The chicken, soft, juicy, great flavors. And the princess, she enjoyed the tater tot, but what she enjoyed more was the donut from the coffee shop earlier. Chocolate and chocolate sprinkles. All right, so after finishing up at Mad Yolks, we drove about 15 minutes up into the mountains outside of town to Roaring Camp, home to the Roaring Camp Steam Train Railway. $40 for adults, about $30 for kids. We'll take you on an hour and 15-minute train ride into the Redwoods. We've done this 3 times before. This is her first time doing it, so the Curious Princess loves trains. If you do want to do this, they do sell out, so buy the tickets ahead of time. In the winter, they'll do 1 a day. In the summer, they do 4 a day. On busy weekends, it's steam trains. Middle of the week, it might be the diesel trains. The steam train, definitely the one you want to take. And if they offer some that are like open air without a top, those are the ones you want to get on, because then you can see all of the canopy and all of the trees as you go by. Today, I guess they're expecting rain, so they're all covered, but it's a cool historic train. And if you didn't eat, they do have places you can eat here before or after. After about 35 minutes or 40 minutes on the train going up the hill, it's a steam train, so it's not always precise. They let you off at the top at Bear Mountain. From here, you have a 10-minute break to get out, admire the trees. They do have restrooms up here, and you can check out what they call the Redwood cathedrals, where there's a lot of trees all together. They call it a cathedral because it reminded the people back in the day when they would look up and it was towers like the cathedrals they used to go into. The trees you'll see a lot here are coast redwoods and also Douglas firs. And so yes, it smells a little bit like a Christmas tree farm. Pretty neat up here. Though it does get cold up here. Like it's probably maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit down in central Santa Cruz this February, but up here it's probably mid 40s. So bring your winter clothes. You'll be sitting on the train. The Curious Princess said she was a little cold going up, even though she has a sturdy unicorn jacket right here.
So after about 10 minutes at the top, time to head back down. We're going downhill. We're not fighting gravity. The train goes faster on the way down. You ready? Uh-oh. As we're going down the hill, I was just thinking, this is like the real-life version of the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Disneyland. All right, it's now 1:30. We're back to the train station, back where we started. Overall, a fun ride. Princess, how was that train ride? All right. It's got the Curious Princess.
You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned.
And if you're here in the summer, you can also take a train from here down to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Oh, do note the cell phone service here at Roaring Camp is spotty at best, so if you're taking an Uber or Lyft to get here, beware of that coming back. You might not have service to call them, so this is probably a good place to have a rental car, be able to park yourself. Same deal, bought the tickets online, print them out, or save them to your phone so they're easy to pull up when you get here. Now that steam train, it actually runs in a state park. It's the Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park, and like the entrance to all of the hiking trails is right next to the Roaring Camp steam train. So we're gonna go hike some of those. We're just like walking down this there's like a little path here from the Roaring Camp into the state park. And this is the way to do it because they charge $10 to park over here, or they charge $10 to park over here, and there's no reason to pick up and move the car around. You can do these in different order. You can park at the state park and then walk over and do the Roaring Camp, but there's no need to drive around on the outside and redrive, just walk through the little gate. And right here by the entrance to the hiking trails of the state park, they have the trunk of an old redwood. The Curious Princess is here for size comparison. You can see just how big these 2,000-year-old trees get. I always like to be informed before going on any hike, so we're gonna take a quick stop into the visitor center. Ta-da! Here is the map. There's a lot of different trails to do at this park. The easiest one is the Grove Loop, which is right here. And though they say the next kind of good one to do is to go out to this view bench over there, round trip from there to the parking lot, 4 miles. We'll see how far we get. We'll start with this one, the Redwood Grove Loop Trail, trail length, just a little under a mile and handicap friendly. Now walking along this path, you see some pretty tall trees, pretty big trees. This one right here reminds me out of something from Winnie the Pooh where like you can actually go in the tree. Princess, go in the tree. It won't eat you. There's nothing in there. There are no monsters inside the tree. And this tree, known as the Giant, is the tallest tree in the park. It measures 282 feet tall. The Curious Princess is there for scale. That is 27 stories high. Whoa. All right, we've left the loop trail. This is now the river trail. There's kind of a cool train trestle here, but I don't think this is the one that our train went on. We're gonna consult the map and figure out where we're going. The princess looks like she's getting a little bit tired. Oh, and after consulting the well-worn map, we've come to the conclusion that train trestle is the train line that goes to the beach. All right, but on our way back to the car, we found another cool tree to walk through. This one is really, really small. Let's see, the princess, she is 42 inches tall for reference, and no way. No way can I get through there. For kids only.
Hey, not the Curious Princess though.
How's she gonna get out? Oh no, what are we gonna do? She's gonna go back that way? Okay, she's gonna go back that way. We'll see her pop out the other side. Are you coming?
Nope, I am not.
Now, one thing you'll often see walking around this state park is a lot of banana slugs. Santa Cruz has a lot of these banana slugs. We didn't see any today, maybe because it's not rainy or foggy, but when we were here last time, we definitely spotted some of the cool banana slug. Weird part of Santa Cruz is that the mascot for UC Santa Cruz, you know what it is? Banana slug. All right, so we made it up to the trestle. We checked out the view from up there. Really pretty, but you're not supposed to cross. It says no trespassing, so we're gonna make our way back to the car. The princess said she can make it over this log herself. So, here we go. Let's get to it. Up and over. Adam Azoo. You can go down here. All right, all on her own.
Okay, is that how?
All right, think I can do it myself too? So after finishing our hikes, we drove back to the Santa Cruz coast where we did a little bit of scenic drive down Cliff Drive. Really beautiful views here. The surf was definitely up today. Santa Cruz is known for its big waves. We saw some great views of the Wharf. This is a big pier that has a bunch of restaurants and shops on it. You can drive and park on the wharf. And then we came to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. This epic seaside amusement park, considered one of the best seaside amusement parks in the USA, famous for its gigantic wooden roller coaster. Unfortunately, the Curious Princess can't go on that yet because you have to be 50 inches tall to go on that roller coaster. Free admission to come into the boardwalk. You pay for the rides, you pay for the food. Food here actually pretty good, although you will definitely pay fair prices. The Curious Princess liked her Dippin' Dots for $9. An OC girl says the garlic fries here are the best garlic fries she's ever had. They're about $10. That garlic is definitely gonna keep the vampires away. If you're taking the train from Roaring Camp to the ocean, it'll bring you here in front of the boardwalk. If you're driving, beware of the parking lots right in front of the boardwalk. They charge $25 per day, so have your app ready to do street parking at those meters if you can. Oh, and in front of the boardwalk is also a really big sandy beach. Not that busy here in February, but in the summertime, this is packed with beach and water goers. Definitely check the hours before you come here to the boardwalk because their hours vary wildly. In the winter, they're only open like select weekends, closed midweek in the winter. So I've come down here before, being in San Jose, going like, I want to go to the boardwalk, and found the whole place shut. I mean, you can still like walk around it, but nothing to do. You definitely want to come when there's stuff to do. For us here on this holiday weekend in February, they were open from noon to 7 p.m. Oh, but many of the eateries actually were closing earlier, like at 6. The boardwalk is also a great place to view the sunset, though do know it doesn't actually set over the ocean, just based on the angle of which way this beach goes. All right, so there's only 3 rides she can go on at 43 inches here at the boardwalk. Clearly everything's built for big kids here, but the one we just went on was the gigantic swinging swings. Princess, how was that? Thumbs up, fun. $7 a ride, and for kids between 42 inches and 48 inches, you can sit on the tandem swings with them. The swings at the boardwalk are Curious Princess approved. Amusement park historians will definitely want to check out Laffing Sal. Over 300 of these were sold throughout the 1900s to welcome visitors at amusement parks. This is one of the last remaining ones that came from Playland in San Francisco. Well, once the sun has set, it's time to leave the boardwalk, you know what, and kids never love to leave an amusement park, but we must go to dinner. And then all the way at the end of the colonnade area, there's a sign that says casino. Casino no more, now it's a big arcade. And for a cheap dessert, we stopped by the Pacific Cookie Company. This place, old school cookies, one cookie, $1.60 each, and they're open until midnight. So for dinner, we drove about 5 minutes from the boardwalk back to downtown Santa Cruz to a classic institution here, Pizza My Heart. This is a Bay Area pizza by the slice restaurant, but this location is one of my favorites. The line out the door tells you how popular this place is, and it's a really big seating area. Specialized in pizza by the slice, they range from $5 to $6 each. Their classic is the Big Sur that comes with garlic from Gilroy. That's what makes the garlic so good around here. It's the garlic capital of the world. This is a pesto, and we got a mushroom, but what makes this place a really good deal is not just buying the slices, it's buying their merch along with it. You can get a t-shirt that says Pizza My Heart, Santa Cruz for $8, and you get a slice of pizza for free. So this shirt is $2. So need to say, whenever I come here, I'm always picking up a Pizza My Heart shirt. Oh, and by the way, if you're here for Valentine's Day, you can get your pizza in the shape of a heart too. Actually, it's all year round. That's kind of their thing, Pizza My Heart. So yes, if you've been dating for a while and your sweetheart's looking for a cheap date, I got you covered right here. All right, so now let me show you where we're staying. We're staying at the Hyatt Place, Santa Cruz. This is a very, I'm gonna call it standard Hyatt Place. Santa Cruz has some really expensive hotel rates, and if we were to pay cash for this room, it would have been $400 a night for the weekend we were here, which I think is pretty crazy. We booked it with Hyatt points, and that makes it a pretty good value. It is a big room, so if you've got a family, pretty nice. 2 big beds. This one turns into a sofa bed. It also comes with free breakfast, and note, It's only valet parking, $19 a night. And a good Sunday morning to you. After having a good night's sleep at the Hyatt, we had our free breakfast. We drove about 10 minutes out of town to a place that's really weird in Santa Cruz, the Mystery Spot. This is a gravitational vortex in this valley. We're gonna see some amazing things in here, death-defying gravity tricks. Something also weird for us, tie-dye. We got these from the dinosaur yesterday. The cool guy that gave her the dinosaur. We couldn't leave Santa Cruz without having our own tie-dye attire. It's lovely, Princess. What do you want to say about this dress?
It's super pretty. And I can spin it a lot.
Tours to the Mystery Spot depart every 12 minutes. Definitely book them in advance because this President's Day weekend, the first tour, if we hadn't booked in advance when we got here at 10, was 11:30. But if you got to wait around, they got a bunch of things to do. You got kiddos. They can ride these little horsies right here. They can feed the birds. There's hiking trails in the area. They got a gift shop. They got vending machines. They've even got a cafe too. Oh, they will charge you $5 for parking when you get here as well. And no, there's also no cell phone service here too. And yes, in case you're wondering, in the gift shop, they've got tie-dye shirts too. But being a Santa Cruz gift shop, they've got tons of banana slug themed things, banana slug pens, banana slug fidget toys, banana slug tufts, banana slug pins, banana slug shot glasses. It's all banana slug here. All right, so what did we buy from the gift shop? Well, the princess said she wanted a banana slug, so we got her a banana slug, and in our matchy-matchy theme, we got Papa his appropriately sized banana slug. Aw, it's a Papa and a baby banana slug. You'll find these on the back of our next live stream. Actually, these will probably appear in the live stream before this video comes out, so now you'll know the origin story of the Yellow Productions banana slugs. It's the amazing levitating girl. Ooh. All right, so 45 minutes after we started, we just finished the tour, and everybody who finishes the tour gets one of these mystery spot stickers. You will see these driving around the San Francisco Bay Area in California. So if you ever wondered where these yellow stickers are from, this now solves the mystery. All right, Princess, so what do you think about the mystery spot?
It's pretty weird.
Pretty weird. Just like Santa Cruz. And if you happen to be in Santa Cruz on a holiday, this is a good place to come because they're open 365 days a year. After the Mystery Spot tour, we drove about 10 minutes down the hill back towards downtown, and because it's never too early for ice cream, we stopped into Marianne's Ice Cream. This place has been here since 1947. We got their turtle sundae with 2 scoops of ice cream, caramel, nuts, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. They've got over 200 ice cream flavors on rotation, and if you find garlic on the menu and you're a garlic lover, definitely check that out. We had it on a previous trip, and it was really quite tasty. For an afternoon pick-me-up, we came to OC Girl's favorite coffee shop in Santa Cruz, Verve, and their flagship location is right in downtown Santa Cruz. She got the lavender latte, I got a matcha latte, and the Curious Princess, you know what she got? The hot chocolate. All right, so we loved Mad Yolks so much yesterday. We came back to get it again. OC Girl and I, we're gonna split the chicken sandwich because that chicken was delicious. We're sitting in Abbott Square. This has that daisuke octagon sushi, and there's also a neat art museum over here as well. This is kind of just a cool place to sit and chill out and enjoy Santa Cruz while you munch on your sandwich. And if you feel like something even more relaxing, just off that plaza, there's a Hammock Cafe. This is a cafe where most of the seats actually are hammocks. I've never seen anything like this before. Once we finished exploring downtown Santa Cruz, we drove about 15 minutes down to the neighboring town of Capitola by the sea, where we stopped here along Cliff Drive, do a little bit of a scenic walk here along the cliff. That's the Capitola Wharf right there in the background, the pier here. You can't drive out on this one. You can walk on it. It's nice, it's very scenic. There's also a cool beach down here and a village that we're gonna check out a little more after lunch. Oh, but before lunch, just right up the hill from Cliff Drive, we found this neat kind of disused train track where OC Girl and the Curious Princess had a really good time taking those train pictures. You know, the one that you stand on. Everybody's like, how do you do that? Because it looks like there's been no trains on this track for quite a long time. And walking out about a 10-minute walk on that train track from where I started, it brings us out to this cool train trestle right here. Lots of people taking pictures, and you can get a great overhead view of the village of Capitola down below. Do come out to this train trestle, be really careful because there's a lot of big open gaps through these boards. Well, so now that it's 2:45, we're at our lunch reservation, or is it dinner at this point? Anyway, we're at Shadowbrook Restaurant. This is considered one of the most romantic restaurants in Santa Cruz, which is why I'm here with my Valentine, the Curious Princess, in our matchy-matchy outfits. Anyway, this place, it used to be some like rich person's house, and it's got like a funicular that actually brings you down into the restaurant. If you want to eat here, definitely make a reservation ahead of time. They have a dress code after 4 p.m. Still before that. All right, so to start, I have the pear cider. This is apple cider with pear served hot. This feels like a very appropriate drink for this very woody restaurant. I mean, it has a super cool vibe in this place. There's 5 different levels, and let's go in. Ooh, I like it. Princess, do you want to try the hot pear cider? No, too far out of her comfort zone. But there's a cool kids menu here, like a big kids menu. And it's not just a generic kids menu, because this is actually like the path from the Shadowbrook restaurant. This is inside the Shadowbrook restaurant. And if you're like, well, I want my kids to have pizza, they've got chicken tenders, and they've even got a kid's prime rib, their specialty that we'll see in just a moment. All right, so here we go, the main course. I've got the shrimp scampi that on the menu comes with a top sirloin, but I got the upgrade for $8 to the filet mignon. Looks quite good. The princess has the kids cheese pizza. Princess, how's the pizza? Thumbs up on the pizza. And then Osigro right down here, she's got the prime rib, their house specialty that comes with cream spinach, mashed potatoes, and horseradish. It also comes with pretty good hot fresh bread and some pretty tasty butter to go with it. So at the end of the meal, when they brought out the check, they brought a hat full of toys. The Curious Princess gets to pick. All right, well, now that we're at the top, we see this classic taxi right here. I think he just dropped some people off. He's on his way. But a cool service that the restaurant provides is complimentary classic taxi rides for patrons up to 3 miles away. And overall, Princess, how was your meal? Good. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. OC Girl enjoyed it. The meats are really tasty. We would definitely be back here again, though I don't think we can get another reservation between now and tomorrow afternoon when we fly back home. So after dinner, we just drove about 3 minutes down the hill to Capitola State Beach. This is probably one of the Santa Cruz area's most Instagram places, the Capitola Venetian residences. All these little beach houses painted in lots of different colors. There's a hotel there too, if you want to stay here on the sand. Now, also in Capitola, just across the channel that way is Capitola Village. There's a bunch of restaurants and shops over there. An amazing amount of driftwood here in the winter. Like, people are building them into like structures. I've never seen so much wood on the beach. The Curious Princess, she is enjoying the sand, as you would. You will also notice there's nobody in the water because the water's just too cold here. The surf is pretty small, and then there's the wharf just over in that direction for some nice views. Now, as a Southern California boy, one of the things I find interesting about this beach is it's cold right now. It's like 50 degrees, 20-mile-per-hour winds. There's still a lot of people here. There's like people setting up for a party back here in the back, and if we were in Orange County, there would be nobody on the beach if it's this cold. What's the Curious Princess doing since it's so cold? She's making sand angels. We found them building a really big sand hill here, which was pretty fun for walking on top of and then sliding back down. Ooh, sand slide. Sand hole. Sandworm. Well, just like amusement parks, the Curious Princess never wants to leave the beach, but you know what? Now the sun is setting, it is time to go. All right, let's see how much sand the Curious Princess had in her shoe. Yup, that's about half the beach. Walking around Capitola, we saw this really cool shirt here, straight out of Capitola. Those are some gangster sea otters. On our way back to the hotel, we stopped by Gayle's Bakery and Rotisserie. This is an interesting spot. They have rotisserie chicken and a whole bunch of like to-go foods that you could take, but they've also got a really neat bakery with cakes and cookies. You can take it home. You can also eat it here. They've got a pretty big eating area that's got like a fireplace and a little outdoor but inside patio. They open and close fairly early, but this would be a great spot for a beach picnic. For dinner, we were all pretty full with our late lunch, so the girls just ate that Gayle's Bakery back in the hotel room. I decided to hop out and get something quick and cheap, so I came to this place, Los Primos Taqueria. It was quick, but it was not cheap. 2 tacos, rice beef, $22. So I don't know that I would recommend this place based on price, but there are a lot of taco shops in Santa Cruz. This one was just a block from my hotel that I found. But if it's your first time in California, definitely get the tacos, carne asada, al pastor, some of my favorite meats. Try a California burrito. That's a burrito with French fries, carne asada, and pico de gallo in it. So you get like tomato and onions, and they're pretty tasty. All right, a good Sunday morning to you. We're just checking out of the Hyatt place here. I've got my Pizza My Heart Santa Cruz shirt on. We're getting our wheels up. We're heading to San Jose Airport where we flew into, where we're flying home from, and we'll check out some of the things on our way to the airport. All right, see you at our first stop. So the main route from Santa Cruz to San Jose Airport is to take the Highway 17. It's about 45 minutes if we drove it straight. But we decided to stop here at the Bear Creek Redwoods Open Space Preserve, about 25 minutes on the drive to do some hiking. This is our Southern California hiking style. I guess we're Northern California. You can do it here. I saw a number of people dressed similarly, which is shorts, but a jacket and a beanie and gloves. The Curious Princess, she's dressed warm too. She's got some eyes right there. At this preserve, if you want to see the old growth redwoods, they're actually across the street from the parking lot and up this way, but you can tell they do a lot of horse riding here because to push the button to turn on the lights, they're up here for people on horses. About 10 minutes in the hike, we've warmed up a bit, and I'm really excited because we've seen our first actual banana slug. You can see it right here. It's this big yellow thing. That thing is as thick as my thumb and about 4 or 5 inches long. 20 minutes up the trail, we saw our first deer. Look at those deer right down there. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It's a deer candy.
So overall, we got about an hour on this trail. If you're looking for it on Google Maps, it's called the Alma Trail. If you're looking for it on the maps when you get here, it's called the Upper Stevens Trail. If you go about another quarter mile in, you'll get to the big old growths of redwoods. But from here, we were in lots of these big trees, tree families. Princess, was this trail neat? Oh, she's ready to sleep now. She's ready to nap. You ready for your nap? Yeah. Tiring. Oh, and free parking here and restrooms at the parking lot down at the bottom.
If you need to go party, you need to go to the bottom. If you need to go party at the start, go to the bottom. You need to go down. You need to just go party first.
So for lunch, we drove 20 more minutes on the way to the airport and stopped in Cupertino at Koi Palace. This is one of my favorite dim sum restaurants anywhere in North America. Their original location is by San Francisco Airport in Daly City. This is their Contempo location in Cupertino that has a bit more contemporary dim sum. Contemporary dim sum, like you can see the rice roll here with the Chinese donut in it, has a little fancy decoration on it, and the sauce comes in a little kind of funny ladle. The hargao, they have a fried hargao, but my favorite thing to get here is definitely the hargao, the shrimp dumplings. This is a must-eat. It's some of my favorite hargao anywhere. I love these things. They're about $8 for these 3 tasty morsels. Easy to order here. If you've ever heard of dim sum or wanted to go, but you're scared of doing it because you don't know what you're going to order, lots of pictures for everything. These are the main courses, but then this one is the dim sum menu, and so you just look in there and you circle with a pen, put the number that you want to order, and then you get it. Make sure to get the T2. It's quite delicious. The Curious Princess right here, she likes the rice cake and these bobo buns. Princess, how is it? Koi Palace is in this development in Cupertino called Main Street Cupertino. There's a whole bunch of other Asian restaurants, eateries, drinkeries here. For the rest of the drive, I got myself a boba tea. Actually, there's no boba. It's a oolong milk tea latte from Wanpo, from Taichung, Taiwan. All right, so for our final stop in the Bay Area is the Alviso Marina County Park. This is about 15 minutes away driving from San Jose Airport. This is a salt pond. The whiteness right here. This is actually salt on the shores of this lake. There's a ton of salt mining operations that happen in the San Francisco Bay Area. This park you can come to and you could admire this salty coastline. Depending upon the time you come, there may be more or less salt. Last time I was here, this whole shoreline was full of salt. And there's plenty of free parking and restrooms here too. Now, in addition to just admiring the salt pond, there's also a ton of cool trails around here. Yes, you can walk along the shore, but you can see there's people up there on the top. You can walk along top, and they're rehabilitating a bunch of the wetland trails as well. So maybe by the time you come, those might all be open too. Well, all right, fellow explorers, we've got a flight to catch. We can't look at the salt ponds forever. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy some of our other videos from the San Francisco Bay Area. You'll find links up on the screen or in the description below. And as usual, we won't say goodbye because we'll see you in the next video.